I think we want to put some of this, some of this. All right, let's get some of this and some of that in there, and make sure we got everything we need for our shrimp over here. Post some of this in there. Ooh. I got a bag of shrimp over here, y'all. Don't judge me. I wanted some extra seasoning on my shrimp. Don't judge me, because I see y'all judging me in the chats. Hey, everybody. Hey, y'all judging me. Judge your mama. Don't judge me, okay? Do not judge me. All right. That's going to be good. Hey, everybody. It's Saturday. And we're being silly. I had to go in. I was supposed to be doing Silly Saturday this morning, but at the last minute, last night, I got a call from a coworker who couldn't do her class this morning because she found out somebody was in the hospital. So she needed me to teach her class for her. And so I did that. I was a good coworker, and I went and did that. Mind you, I still got to go back into work later tonight and do my own classes, but whatever. I did the right thing, because when my time come, I told her to not look sideways. When my time coming, I need you to teach a class for me. Anyway, what's going on, y'all? What's up? Shondo's around to everyone. Shondo's around the building. Hey, L Love. Hey, Nappy Child, Miss Wit. Drew's girl, Button Jessica. Am I making you hungry? I don't mean to make you hungry, Button Jessica, but you know, sometimes these things happen. I was hungry. I haven't eaten all day. You just finished my morning walk, so let's get silly, child. Hey, Patty Duke. Hey, everybody, Miss With Drew's girl. Everybody, as you all come in the room. Anyway, what is going on? What is going on? What's going on? I hope I ain't even check. I hope I ain't go live while one of my people is live. Anyway, I'll talk about some stuff today. Let me make sure none of the people that I care about is live. Child. Looking. Looking. All right, all my peoples seems like they're not live. Let me send a text out and tell my people. I don't know. Oh, Ty got a lot going on today. Ty is somewhere getting ready to go to a party and not social distance at some point today. So anyway, let the kids know that I'm live. So yeah, I want to get this in because what I'm going to do is after I get off live with y'all, I'm gonna go to sleep for a couple hours, and then I'm gonna get up and go back to work. Dear God. Anyway, hey Jermaine. Sir, I sent you a. We'll talk offline, Jermaine. We'll talk offline. Anyway, what's going on, everyone? We're gonna have a fun conversation. We're also at some point it is going to go. Sometimes we get deep into conversations, and one of those conversations, I know you ladies and men in here are going to want to chime in. I really want to get your thoughts. We've delved into it a little bit, but I really want to unpack it a whole lot in this live. Y'all know how we do sometimes. We're going to have an old school Silly Saturday where we talk about, fun stuff, and then we delve into some stuff that's a little more deep and serious, and then we go back to the fun stuff, and then we, call it a day. So I want to do that today. Drink is already ready because I made it already before I came on. So yes. So, um, can I just tell y'all updates? I listen. Do not ask me about Big Brother. Hey, well, I don't know if we will say we're repping for Black women today. We repping for everybody today. Well, you'll see when the conversation comes up. Hey, Abby, but all my ladies, and me, I do want y'all to be in here when we have the conversation. I do want us to have an open dialogue about it because, like I said, we've touched on this subject. If you notice, one of my hashtags says Black men. We've touched on this subject a couple times, but I want to really unpack it. So, that is good. Mm, mm. Hey, Abby. Hey, sis. So, let me say, do not ask me about Big Brother. I'm not watching it anymore. I stopped watching, I want to say after Bailey. I think I watched one, maybe two episodes after Bailey was voted out. But I knew at some point Big Brother would get me to this point again. My only question now is, am I done with the show, period? Am I at the point where I'm never going back? So, am I at the point where I am never going back? That's what I got to ask myself. So, at some nice size shrimp. Now, this first hashtag, y'all, bothers me. I have to talk about my girl, Cece. Listen, y'all. 27 in the chat if you love Cece Winans as much as I do. I love Cece Winans. I love her. Love, love, love her. Okay. I'm a huge CC Winans fan. Your girl and mine. Love, love. The woman can sing the phone book for me. And I love it. So apparently, Donald Trump and the people, the health department, and some of his appointees and things like that have taken $300 million of taxpayer monies to have these ads and campaigns to thwart some of the things that are being put out there about coronavirus and the pandemic. And so, well, let me read to you what the article says. The article says, the health department is moving quickly on a highly unusual advertising campaign to, quote, defeat despair, end quote, about the coronavirus. A $300 plus million effort that was shaped by a political appointee close to Donald Trump and executed in part by close allies of the official using taxpayer funds. The ad blitz described in some budget documents as the, quote, COVID-19 immediate surge public advertising and awareness campaign, end quote, is expected to lean heavily on video interviews between administration officials, Trump administration officials, and celebrities who will discuss aspects of the coronavirus outbreak and address the Trump administration's response to the crisis. According to 6 individuals with knowledge of the campaign who described its working to Politico. Senior administration officials have already recorded interviews with celebrities like actor Dennis Quaid and singer CeCe Winans. And the Health and Human Services Department also has pursued television host Dr. Mehmet Oz and musician Garth Brooks for roles in the campaign. The public awareness campaign, which Human Health and Human Services Department is seeking to start airing before Election Day on November 3rd, was largely conceived and organized by Michael Caputo, the health department's top spokesperson, who took medical leave last week and announced on Thursday that he had been diagnosed with cancer. Caputo, who has no medical or scientific background, Lord, claimed in a Facebook video on September 13th that the campaign was, quote, demanded of me by the President of the United States personally, end quote. The Democrats, and by the way, their conjugal, well, this is another quote from Caputo, quote, the Democrats, and by the way, their conjugal media and the leftist scientists that are working for the government are dead set against it, end quote, Caputo told his Facebook followers in the September 13th video. They cannot, quote, they cannot afford for us to have any good news before November because they're already losing. They're going to come after me because I'm going to be putting $250 million worth of ads on the air, end quote. So CeCe is now trying to do like Tina Campbell did. You see how well that worked for Tina Campbell, right? CeCe, I love you. Love you. Because y'all know what this is going to be, right? Hey, the ghetto view. This is going to be a free political campaign and free political ads for the Trump administration using public funds. I love CeCe Winans, y'all. I love CeCe. I love her. And I hate that she's doing this. Hey, Rochelle. Somebody go talk to my girl CeCe, please. Somebody go talk to her. I can't. Now, we already knew from the Mary show that Tina Campbell wasn't wrapped tightly. Tina Campbell, who's married to a whole gay man, who's married to a man who, cheated on her. We knew she was batshit crazy. We already knew that. We knew she was batshit crazy. CeCe, for the most part, we kind of took as a reasonable, rational thinker. You said, do you think CeCe was tricked into doing this? Absolutely not. Because when the Department of Health and Human Services calls you, you know this is the Trump administration calling you. When they call you, you're supposed to pick up the phone and say, can I help you? You want me to do what? No, we're not doing that. Sorry. As a matter of fact, we're doing everything in our power to get you put out of this office so you can't call me no more on behalf of the Department of Health and Human Services. Goodbye. And hang up the phone. That's how that conversation goes. CeCe. CC. 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 Girl. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Somebody go get CC. Somebody go get her brother BB, who around here running around. You know, BB do all his little Instagram and Facebook posts all the time, running and stuff, trying to make people exercise during the pandemic. Hey, Mr. Judy. Hey, Mr. Judy. How are you? Um, Somebody go get CC, please, and sit her down, because you know Black Twitter will cancel her like they canceled Tina Campbell, like they canceled my girl Chrisette Michelle. They will cancel you, CC. Hey, Shawnette. Ty is not coming. Ty is not coming. But if you just want, Lord, you want a lake, God. I mean, I do want to get, when we get to the topic that I want to feature today, I do want to get some opinions. But let's just be clear. CC Winans, even if you are a Trump supporter, CC Winans, even if you say, you know what, I like Donald Trump, I like his politics, you don't want to alienate a large segment of the population of which buys your music. Let's just be clear. I mean, CC, I don't care if you're a Trump, you are a conservative, liberal, whatever. It's not a good idea for you to play politics right now, because you're going to start to alienate what is a large segment of the population that could be purchasing whatever it is you're selling. CC, the majority now, CC still has the majority of the people who purchase her music as Black, but CC has a larger portion. The percentages of CC's record sales that come from conservatives and white evangelicals and the people descended from the Caucasus Mountains is probably higher than some other staunch gospel artists. CC does have a part of the Christian music sector that buys her music, because she does have music that can cross over gospel and Christian, because there is a crossover that you have to make between gospel and Christian. Okay. Like there's crossover between R&B and pop. There is crossover between gospel and Christian. Yes. She has a segment of the, I see, I just looked up and saw you stuffing stuff in your mouth. Can you come on now, ma'am? Okay. I'm just making sure you ready. Anyway.
Did I not ask you if you were doing silly Saturdays? I feel like I asked you that question.
When what?
I feel like I asked you if you were doing silly Saturdays.
And I feel like I told you that I said when I get home, I'll probably go live when I get home. I don't think you was paying attention because you was half asleep.
I feel like you said
you was half asleep. I said
I was waiting to let you know.
I will go live.
I feel like you said you was going later on today. This is
yes.
Crazy. This is
crazy.
Well. Go ahead, CC Winans. Go ahead, I'm listening.
But yeah, even though I know she wants to reach out, I just think it's better to just keep your mouth closed. That way, no part of the population can feel alienated. Somebody asks you how you feel about Trump. You know what? To God be the glory. I'm here for all things Jesus. My vote is for Jesus. My vote is for the lily of the valley, the bright and morning star, the great I am. Hallelujah. That's what her answer is supposed to be.
I have a question. Mm-hmm. I haven't read the whole thing. I saw it trending last night, and then this morning she tried to clear it up and said something about it was an ad or something. What was she doing? An ad for what?
The Department of Health and Human Services are using $300+ million of taxpayer funds to do these ad campaigns talking about how great the administration has done with the pandemic and trying to quell the fears that people have about coronavirus.
And she did the ad for them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she a Trump supporter because it ain't no way in hell.
Mm-hmm. Because it's gonna be a political ad.
Not only, even if it's not a political ad, even if it's not a political ad, they didn't do a good job. The fuck? Hi everybody, how y'all doing? I'm sorry.
What are you eating?
Eggos.
You love you some damn waffles. Damn waffles. God. Anyway. I'm not even gonna go with that L Love because she has a number of examples of people who have jumped into the Trump arena that have found that that was not, a laudable undertaking. Okay. There's our phrase of the day, laudable undertaking. It is a free country, Mr. Judy. You can absolutely say whatever you want to say, and people can absolutely decide not to patronize your business. People can absolutely decide that they're no longer going to purchase whatever product that you're selling. People can absolutely say what they want to say on social media and have the cancel culture, which is, running rampant in these yet to be United States of America.
Mr. Zudi, freedom of speech, not freedom of consequence. You are absolutely correct. You can say whatever you want to say, but just know that sometimes there's a consequence to it. And it may not always be a fair consequence. It may not be a consequence that you like or agree with, but there is a consequence. So in this current climate where
really be whenever you go, whenever you press mute, it messes up my sound. Let me go out and
hey y'all. I'm sorry. I messed up your sound. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to do that. That's terrible. Are you going back out today or you in?
I'm going back out today.
Okay. I'm sorry.
I've got to figure out what it is with my microphone or whatever in my sound because whenever someone presses mute or something, or I press mute and then they come back, my sound just goes haywire. So
Sorry about that. Pat had walked in, so I had muted. But yeah. So in this current climate, political climate that we're in, you have to know that depending on who your demographic is, as far as if you're a singer, celebrity, actor, whatever, if you are on the more of the progressive side, the more liberal side, you have to know that endorsing Trump in any way, shape, or form is going to be detrimental. You don't have to like it or agree with it, but that's just the fact. That's just for Chrisette Michele. Hell, that was 4 years ago. All she did was sing one damn song that she barely got paid for, and her ass still is trying to get her career together.
The thing about it is, like I said, I'm not going to tell you who to support. I'm not going to tell you to be a Trump supporter. No. I'm not going to tell you to go out and support Joe Biden. Because like I said, unlike a lot of gospel artists, CeCe Winans does have that crossover into the Christian music arena, which means that that's a larger segment of the white population, the people descended from the Caucasus Mountains. So it may not be advantageous for her to say, oh, I support Joe Biden either.
Right.
Well, since you don't want to alienate anybody,
you don't say nothing.
Keep your mouth closed. Oh, how do you feel about this upcoming election? I think the will of God will happen. Whatever God said, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead and quote one more sickening.
Or you could just say, I choose not to discuss politics on my platform. Like, there are a lot of people who say, hey, I just don't want to get into politics.
Now, I agree with who said that earlier?
You see, I'm fancy. I'm drinking milk out my wine glass.
Loving My Peace said, I'm not surprised. I heard a lot of black celebs say they don't like him, but they love the tax breaks. That is absolutely true. Now, that is a very true statement.
And here's what I'm going to say about that.
In public and then do something else when they go in the ballot box.
And here's what I'm going to say about that. There is a segment of the population who has benefited from the things that Trump has done. Mm-hmm. For those people, if they say, hey, I support Trump, I can't even be mad at you. You benefited from it. It's the people living in the trailer park that I'm like, you ain't benefited from nothing this man's done. Nothing.
Michelle's daughter, to answer your question, she didn't say anything, but she is going to be a part of political ad campaigns that the Trump administration is putting out there about the job that his administration has done for the pandemic, in the wake of the pandemic, and trying to quell all of the some of the fear that people still seem to have because of the pandemic.
I mean, maybe if he had done a better job as president, maybe, just maybe, I wouldn't have a problem with you doing a commercial like that, because maybe I would agree with the fact that, you know what, I don't even like Trump, but he did do a good job with how he handled the pandemic. I can separate the two. But bitch, you didn't. You didn't. Child, let me put my light on, child.
Listen.
Got me looking all dark and stuff. I was gonna put some makeup on today, but I don't feel like it now.
You are blaming me, right?
No, because
okay.
my intention was to get my butt out of bed earlier, and I didn't. So that ain't your fault. Because after I got off the phone with you, my intention was to get up, and I didn't. I went back to sleep.
Oh.
I mean, if I could find a way to blame you, I would.
I know you would.
But on that one, I can't blame you on that one. I can't put that one on elteddy. Y'all know if I could find a way to blame elteddy, y'all know I would.
You will. You would. You would. Hold on 1 second. So that is what's going on with
CC I'm sorry, I forgot about hitting the mute button. I'm sorry. Maybe I'll go out and come back in. Maybe it's me. I'm sorry.
Oh no, I need to go. I know. You stay.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot, y'all. I forgot. I have to remember to not mute. My bad. I'm trying to be polite when I say something to Pat. I'm sorry, y'all. My bad. On the serious tip, y'all both should do some me time. Y'all been working overtime on these streets. I have me time all the time. That's why
don't let me think for a second, really, be that I don't know that you are not trolling me and purposely pressing the mute button to cause me to have to go out and come back in. Do it like that.
I really forgot. So here come Abby out of nowhere talking about some put the makeup on. Look, ma'am. What's that watermelon sugar?
Anyway.
Listen. I don't feel like it. Maybe I just put some highlighter on.
But as I was saying, I did watch that Sarah Huckabee said, I'm not going to break that down today, but I might on Monday when we do our whole making sure you did your homework Monday. Listen, y'all better be doing y'all homework. I gave y'all homework. It was 3 parts to the homework assignment. Don't roll your butt in my classroom on Monday, because we're going to have full out class on Monday, okay? Do not roll up in here without having all 3 parts of your homework done. Ma'am, don't come over here raising your head asking me what the homework assignment was, because I gave out that homework assignment was up on the board 2 days. I announced what the homework assignment was. I handed out the rubric. I gave you examples of it. Ma'am, if you need accommodations, you need to go down there to the SPED office, and they will explain it to you the way you may be.
Dr. elteddy, I didn't see it on the board. And
you need to go talk to your friends. You need to go make a friend.
I
was one of your friends in the chat.
I never got the syllabus, and I didn't know we had an assignment due.
No, ma'am, you signed for the syllabus, ma'am. I have your signature and your.
You don't have my signature. My mom ain't signed nothing. You ain't got my signature.
You would not be sitting here right now Had you not signed my syllabus, boo?
Lies. I'm gonna call my mama
Sorry.
right now. I bet you she gonna say she didn't.
Call whoever. Call Jesus. Call him up and tell him what you want. Call him up and tell him what you want.
Well, I don't know what the homework. What the hell was the homework assignment? I wasn't here.
Okay, let me see if my good students in class remember the homework assignment. What is part one of the homework assignment? My good students in class.
Kiss my ass.
Oh dear God, here we go. Here we go. Let's see if one of my good students in class can tell you what the first part of the homework assignment was. I'm gonna be real embarrassed if nobody knows what the homework is. I'm
You
gonna.
know that will be a reflection of the teacher, not the student.
You know
If
what? Don't
nobody
tell me
knows,
reflection of
if
nothing.
nobody knows the answer, that's a reflection of the teacher, not the
Now, Miss Witt, that is actually part two of the homework assignment. So that's the second part. You are correct, Miss Witt, on the
Lady T
second
said
part.
to watch something. She said just watch something.
Button Jessica got the first part of the homework. Thank you.
Let me read what
Button Jessica got this is the first part of the homework assignment. Know what's on your ballot.
Oh, okay. I know that. Mm-hmm.
The second part of the homework assignment is what Miss Witt said. Know who's up for election. Research the people running in your area.
Okay,
know what positions are up for elections. You need to know what position, because some of these positions are very important to you. Some of these positions directly affect law enforcement. And we always complain about law enforcement, but are you voting for your state attorney in your local area? Are you voting for the sheriff in your area? And all of these things. The third part of the homework assignment, anybody know what the third part of the homework assignment was? See if we remember what the third part.
Abby said that she just audited your class, so she don't need to know.
Well, if you were auditing, ma'am, you would already have the lesson plan, so you wouldn't even have to ask me. It would be right there on the lesson plans. Well, no, it wasn't be registered to vote. You should already be registered to vote. But the third part of your homework was to know what amendment and what ballot items are on your ballot, meaning amendments to your charter, different laws and different things that they may be trying to enact on your ballot, and do your research to make sure that you know how to vote or how that law or amendment to your local town charter or amendment to your local city constitution. You know, they try to put all kinds of amendments. They might have a Homestead Amendment Act or something like that, or they may have this law that they're trying to enact involving the taxes or ordinances in your respective areas. Know what those are, and how you need to or how you want to vote. In that part. Yes, you did have it, Nappy Child. See, my students, they got that. They knew what the Miss Witt say she did find the Houston voters guide good, Miss Witt. But I know, Miss Witt, you're from a large metropolitan area like I am, and with those large metropolitan areas, sometimes you do need to even be more specific for your voting precinct, because there may be things in your voting precinct that may be different from a voting precinct on the other side of the same city. Especially in terms of elected officials and stuff like that, and or ordinances. So just but that's why we're doing our homework this weekend. We have until Monday. I gave out the assignment on Thursday. I gave you 4 days, 4 good days. Yeah, they had that. You said depending on your. I remember when in my area they were voting on the homestead um eh, uh homestead exemptions and stuff like that. So
Miss
early
Patty,
voting,
Patty,
early.
when does early voting start for DC?
Yeah, because I know some areas early voting if
Well, I
it
know we
hasn't
have it. I just
already
don't know when
started,
it starts, so I
if
can
it
go
hasn't
ahead and vote.
already started, it's getting ready to start really quickly. Because
Yeah, it's gonna probably start in the next couple of weeks.
I think we're within the 6 week window, and they usually try to start early voting around that time.
Yeah,
So that
I'll
was our
find out
homework.
because I got to take my parents' ballot in when I go to vote.
All right. So my next hashtag is going to go into hashtag number 2 and 3 go into each other. This is what I want to unpack today. It's our feature presentation for Silly Saturday today. So Karamo Brown was on Ellen either yesterday or day before yesterday.
You can stop at Corona Brown.
And I know Karamo Brown and really B's gonna do her side eye and roll her eyes, and that's fine. Karamo Brown was in school with me and Funky and all of us in Tallahassee at that time. And so I got to Tallahassee in 97. He got there in 99. He's about a year and a half younger than me. He's born in 80. I'm born in 79. Anyway, um, we're around the same age. Anyway, the point is, on he announced on Ellen's show that he not only had postponed. Originally, he was supposed to get married to his fiance. I think they've been engaged for like 2 years, but they've been together for 10. They've been together since 2010, but I remember they got engaged in 2018, and they were supposed to get married this summer. But and she was asking him about the postponement of his marriage to 2021, and he says it's been postponed permanently. We broke up 3.5 months ago. And if you know anything about who he was engaged to a gentleman by the name of Ian Jordan, a man who is about 10 years his senior, and a man who is descended from the Caucasus Mountains. Oh, yeah, we're going to have that conversation.
Then can I be excused from class?
You asked to be up here.
I didn't know we was.
I want to talk about interracial marriages and dating.
Why? What's the discussion? Why?
Why? Because last time I looked in this good corner, somewhere.
No, that's not what I mean by why. I don't mean why like you can't talk about what you want to talk about. I mean why, because okay, I'm gonna shut up. Go ahead. I'm sorry, I'm gonna shut up.
I want to talk about the I'm rich, I have money, and now just like I bought my Bentley, I need to go to the all white party. As she turned off her screen. I need to make sure when I get invited to the all white party that I am donned appropriately when I go to this all white party. Really, B, let me ask you a question. Well, you probably didn't because you went to Bennett, which was an HBCU. When I was at my PWI, I was invited to an all white party, did not know what an all white party was. I came there dressed in all white, thinking that that's what the all white party was, not knowing that an all white party meant that the person you brought had to be white as your date. Like you had to bring a date, and the date had to be a white chick. Mm-hmm. That's the kind of foolishness and foolala. And I don't know. I've had this conversation separately where I've had a conversation with men in the spectrum about the men in the spectrum of prominence or celebrity that do it. I've heard Black women talk about this and unpack it on the heterosexual side and talk about the perils of all of that. But I've never heard the conversation in tandem because there's a whole set of um, feelings or beliefs or emotions or notions that a heterosexual Black woman would have about that. You know what I'm saying? About somebody who seems to believe that, oh, I'm a Black man who has money now. Now I got to go get me a white woman. And then there's a whole other set of, and some similar and some different, that goes to a gay Black man that feels the same way. I just would like to know. When I've had this conversation with a straight Black woman, she's told me I don't believe that's true. I don't see that, and I had to give her examples of what I was talking about, and then she was like, "You know what? I never even noticed that you all are suffering from the same issue." Is that an issue that you really knew was out there that us Black men in the spectrum were experiencing, just like Black women say that they experience? Did you know that, really be? I'm going to say that you did. I'm just going to speak for you, and I probably shouldn't.
That I did what? That I experienced what?
That you knew.
That I knew what?
Were you not paying attention? Oh, dear God. That you knew. A mess. That just like Black women are oftentimes complain that Black men, when they get prominence and money and celebrity and power, choose to give up on Black women and date white women. And did you know that there was the same or similar issues with Black men in the spectrum?
Not until recently. Not until recently, till I started paying attention to a lot of Black gay men and their mates, and then I was like, yeah, not until recently.
And so when I saw Karamo, who the spectrum, I'm talking about he's the token. He's one of our tokens. I'm putting up my quotation break. You have Karamo, the Billy Porters of the world, the Sean T's of the world, the RuPaul Charleses of the world. They are the tokens. They are the accepted. They are the ones who are heralded as, oh, we as a LGBTQ community accept everybody. Look at these 4 or 5 people that are Black. They are our tokens. They are, they wear the banner for the Blacks. And notice, can we name one of them that has a Black person on their arm? I got a lot of thoughts and belief. It goes back to self-loathing, self-hate, and all of that stuff, and so forth. It goes to, what I wonder. Here's what I wonder, as really B is not paying attention.
I'm listening this time.
Dear God. I wonder.
She's have a terrible student.
You are.
But this is who I really am as a student. I zone out because I got ADHD. But
which is why your students do you the way they do.
No, this is why in my classroom we are doing something different every 15, 20 minutes. Because hell, I got to do something different every 15, 20 minutes.
God bless our heart. God bless our heart. Anyway, so my question is this. Are we still nothing? I'm going to ask this question. It's going to sound so wrong and so insensitive, but I want you to look really deep into the question. Okay? Do you think that one party really loves the other party equally?
I don't even understand that question.
Meaning, is the white person really um in love with the black person as much as the black person may be in love with the white person?
My aunt told me you need to always find a man that loves you a little bit more than you love them. So I don't think that's about race. That's what my mom. Listen, that's what my auntie told me. So you need to find you a man that's gonna love you a little bit more than you love him. That's what she
Interesting. Now that's an interesting notion. And so even with that, I question, do they even love you even equally, much less talking about more? You talk about loving more. I want to know, who do they even love you even equally? Because the question being, would they date you if you did not have the celebrity?
Maybe not. But there's a whole lot of people that I wouldn't date that I would date if they're a celebrity versus if they weren't a celebrity.
I also asked the question, it gets, I'm trying to walk the line and toe the line with a lot of this conversation because it could get real messy. You know what I'm saying? Because then people will start to say things like, well, it's all about preferences. And it's all about, people can love and like who they want to like. And that is true. That is very true. However, it speaks volumes to me that when you was low down, broke down, busted, and disgusted, you had somebody black on your arm. And then when you all of a sudden make it, now you don't want this black person no more.
What?
Did you not follow that?
Say that again.
When the black person was broke down or before they made it, they had the black person on their arm. And then after they get, to the mountaintop, so to speak, after they get, where they wanted to be, now all of a sudden they want to be around. They want to be on the arm of a white person. Now, a lot of things can go into that. Did they want the arm of a white person when they were broke down, busted, and disgusted?
I just think it's not a one size fits all. I do think that happens.
I'm with you.
Absolutely. With that. I do think that happens absolutely. But I also, sometimes everybody can't go where you're going. Everybody can't go where you're going.
So, you mean to tell me I get married to you, me and you really be getting married? You grow cojones. You grow a third leg.
Why can't you grow for JJ? Why I gotta grow cojones? Why can't you grow?
Oh, so now you're a lesbian?
No, I take that back. I don't
right.
I'm like, wait a minute. Oh, man, I ain't mean that. Lord Jesus.
That'd be all over the YouTube street.
I know, right? Next thing you know, I knew it all along. Anyway. It don't, whatever. But, yeah. But why can't you, you was with Cooch before. You could just decide you want the Cooch again.
Oh, dear God. Anyway, let's say we get married. If we are getting married for death do us part,
in the history of
there should be no such animal as, oh, you my wife, but you can't go where I'm going. That's if you truly love this person.
No, I wasn't talking about in a marriage. I mean, like sometimes in relationships, when you start, okay, I'm gonna use the perfect example, and I know, just work with me for a second. I did the podcast last night. We were doing Ghost. We were doing Power.
Mm-hmm.
Go back to the beginning of Power. Ghost wanted to he wanted to move out of doing selling drugs, and he wanted to become a legit businessman. His wife and his best friend was like, what the fuck you want to do that for? You're the biggest, best drug dealer in New York. Why would you want to go legit? and they didn't support that. So what I'm saying is sometimes everybody can't go with you when you start growing in fame or your career starts growing. Sometimes what we don't know is what's going on behind closed doors, and we don't know if that person is not supportive of the direction in which that person is going. I'm not saying that that's always the case. That's what I mean when I say everybody can't go with you, because everybody may not be in your corner. Everybody may not be your biggest cheerleader. They might be cool if you're a local newscaster and all of a sudden you have an opportunity to go to CNN, but you got to move and you have to uproot the family and the kids have to change schools and your wife might have to change careers. She might not be ready to do that, and she may not be supportive of that, and it may cause other issues. That's what I'm saying. When I say everybody can't go with you, that's the
now that notwithstanding, though, there are certain people, when you get to, like I always talk about the onion, when you get to that innermost layer of the onion, the people that are most connected to you, your wife, your best friend, you know what I'm saying? The one or two people who is going to be next to you regardless. Even if my best friend says to me, you know what, Teddy, I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know if I can support that. My best friend, because I have a great best friend, and you should also choose better friends as well, is going to say, but I trust you. I've been here with you for 20 plus years, and I know at the end of the day, even if this ends up being not being the best decision, you know how to right the ship. I'm going to still give you my best advice. I'm going to still say, bruh, you probably don't want to do that. You might not want to do that.
That came after. Now y'all going into the whole story. I'm talking about at the very beginning, the very first
episode. I'm not talking about go. I know you gave the example of go. No, I'm with you.
No, I'm addressing what Nappy Child is saying. She's gone down into the rabbit hole about him wanting to be with a light-skinned woman. I ain't talking about that part. I'm talking about him and Tasha were having issues before he even ran into Angela at the club, because Tasha didn't want to support that he was trying to move into a legit direction. They had that whole fight before he even went to the club that night. That's a whole, but and I know I'm just using that example though, because now you done went down the whole rabbit hole of him being with Angela, which I don't agree with. Okay.
I mean, because at the end of the day, as a spouse, you are not allowed to make, or as somebody in a relationship, I'm not going to even say just spouse, but if me and you been in a relationship, we've been in a relationship 5 years. If I've been in a relationship with someone, a committed monogamous relationship with somebody, 5 or more years, in my brain, y'all either moving toward marriage or already in some states damn near close to common law marriage. Okay. So my point is this: when you are in that type of a situation, I don't believe that you can just nilly-willy just say, oh, I'm going to make a decision in a vacuum, in a bubble, and damn how you feel and damn how you believe. I don't think you get to do that. And I don't think you just get to say, well, fuck it, I'm just going to be going. Okay, there are going to be consequences to you going, give me half of what you got.
But I'm just using that as an example. Of course, in a relationship, it's a conversation. I get all of that. I'm just using the example that sometimes we see people rise to prominence, and what we see from the outside is, wow, they had that pretty black girlfriend or that pretty black partner, and now they became famous, and they done got rid of the black, ride or die, and they replaced it with the white person. And what I'm saying is, I understand, I accept the fact that in some cases it very much is, I'm going to go get me that nice shiny trophy and go get me a good old white man, a white woman. I get that. I'm not negating that happens. But what I'm also saying is that I don't think we can brush it with the broad stroke, because sometimes you move in different circles, you meet different people that are in those circles. And that's not to say that they're
what I will say is that even though you might say you can't brush it with the broad stroke, but what you can say is that the numbers and the statistics are saying that, yeah, there is a broad stroke. You might say, and when you say brush with a broad stroke, we're not saying absolute.
But the other, no, I agree. But the other point I was making too is that sometimes people move, they're moving in different circles. And again, I'm not saying that there aren't black people in those circles, but you know, like I know that in certain industries, you're going to run into way more white people than you're going to run into black people. And maybe that's where the dating pool comes from as well.
I think that for me to think that I can grow and learn and assimilate and all of that thing, but my partner can't do that.
It's not about can't, it's about want.
I think it's also neglectful for me. And I think it's also neglectful to expect that the growth has to happen simultaneously and at the same time, because it may take you a week to grow, whereas it may take me 2 weeks. And I think that I think sometimes there isn't there is no willingness to allow that person to grow with you. But even if I take all of that with what you're saying the argument that you just said about different industries and stuff like that makes you sound like the president of Wells Fargo, who just told us that he can't hire black people because it's not a large enough pool of black people to put in positions of power.
And that's why I say I get it. I understand. You know, I understand what you're saying. I understand the point. And all I'm saying is, I'm just saying I can't brush it with just that broad of a stroke. And don't get me wrong, I feel that way to an extent. Huh?
I ain't even slide off in here, Monk Chip. You know, that's the story of my life. People sliding off in, you know.
I mean, I do think there's some people who I do think for some people it absolutely is a
I'm going to paint the broad stroke. Now, I'm not going to speak in absolutes. But I know in the spectrum, I cannot name you 5 celebrities in the spectrum who are married or engaged, and their married or engaged person is also black. Not of the big ones. I'm talking about the big, you know, ones. I can't. We don't have the Will and Jada relationship, do we? Let me think.
But we don't have, but on the straight side, you know, we see it a lot too. So
we don't have the Jay-Z and Beyonce. The Will and Jada. Lord, and August Alsina, if you want to add him to the throuple.
The entanglement.
I wonder if that's why Oprah never married Stedman. Interesting. It's not like they are choosing white women of stature. They are just as basic and average as their former partner. Hello, the Tea Lounge, okay? Because when you look at some of the mess that they end up getting with, you be like, wait a minute. How in everything that is holy? No. I see y'all mentioning people on y'all side. I'm asking y'all to mention people on my side. Okay, people in the spectrum. I'm waiting for y'all to mention those of us over here in the spectrum, because first of all, we don't even have that many prominent black members of the spectrum.
What's up, Jay Wilson?
Hey, Jay Wilson. You know what I'm saying? You don't even have that many prominent people within the spectrum that get to be, you know, in lights and get to be all over, you know, the media and stuff like that. So the few that we do get is so disheartening and so disappointing that the few examples that we get every time we see them, and we see them grace a red carpet, we got to see nobody that looks like us on the arm of them. It's disheartening. What image does that say? And I'm not saying everybody has to be with somebody black. And I'm not saying that everybody that you can't love who you love, and there aren't some people who don't legitimately love people descended from the Caucasus Mountains.
But I'll be honest, growing up, I have more examples as an adult, but growing up, it was the same thing, especially as someone who was into sports. Hell, it seemed like every time I saw an athlete, he was with a white woman.
Which is my point. That is why we're here
what
today.
I'm saying is, I'm agreeing with that part of it. I'm saying it wasn't until recently that I could name so many Black heterosexual couples. Growing up, it was the same thing for me. Now I can name you off the top of my head. I can name you blah, 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 blah.
Right.
I could not give you. Even now, when I think of growing up, I'm trying to think of who was a prominent star at that time that I knew that was married to a Black spouse. Off the top, I mean, the closest I could even come to right now might be Denzel, but Denzel wasn't as big of a star when I was growing up as he is now. He was St. Elsewhere. Right. He was coming along, but he wasn't. But when I think of the Sammy Davis Jr.'s, when I think of even the Sidney Poitiers, when I think of the Diane Carrolls, when I think of these people, none of these people were with Black spouses. So,
which, if you're really thinking about it, if you are a young person, a young teenager, impressionable child looking at
Bill
these
Cosby, you're right. Bill Cosby.
Bill Cosby, yes. Ossie Davis and Ruby Dee, yes. Okay. But my point is, think about the impact that has on like you said, you were a little Black girl. And what it makes you feel like to say, oh, well, maybe this, because you do look up to the celebrities, the actors, the, movie stars, the athletes, to say, okay, this is somebody who's a role model that, kids oftentimes want to look up to. And if everything you see about that person is them saying, I'm going to shy away from my own and, go toward the other, or white is right and everything. And that's what America is selling. It's hard to get from underneath that. And I tell you this, it makes it a point where, as much as, if you remember, I've talked about it on my reviews, when I did my review of Noah's Ark and when I did my review of Pose, when they had the first being Noah's Ark, the second being Pose, when they had those scenes of Black men in the spectrum, authentically loving each other and having sex, and it was two Black men. It was a great thing. You know what I'm saying? And those things go a long way in terms of
Ross and Berry Gordy don't count.
In terms of moving the needle, but you already know they're going to go right back to white is right.
Hi. White is not right. What happened? That's the wrong answer. That's never the right
answer. I walked in on white is right and I rebuke it.
And that's the Lord didn't confirm any of that in my spirit. He didn't say that was right. That's not what he said. That's not what he said.
Yeah. No, I get it. And I understand what you're saying from your perspective. You're sort of going through what I went through as a kid. Like Ruby Dee and Ozzie Harriet, the reason why people loved them so much and they were put on such a pedestal is because you did not have that many examples of Black celebrity love. Hey, Lamone.
We talked about the fact that CeCe Winans is a Trump supporter. We talked about the fact that CeCe Winans is a whole Trump supporter, and CeCe Winans is doing, advertisement for this Trump administration to talk about how great they did with the pandemic. She is doing ads saying how great.
I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about we on a whole different topic.
No, he asked the question.
30 minutes ago.
He asked the question.
No, he said, what are y'all talking about? Right now, we're talking about interracial relationships on the LGBT community. That's what we're talking about right now. You talking about what you talking about 40 minutes ago.
But he wanted to know what we said about CeCe Winans. We talked about her shucking and jiving and doing her best imitation of Step and Fetch It.
She does know better, Jay Wilson. She knew what she was doing when she did it. She know better. She does know better. I don't know. CeCe Winans just needed some attention. I don't know because she knew better.
She knew way better.
At this point in the game, everybody knows. If you didn't know, you know. Tina, Mary
Tina Campbell.
That's her. She knew. She found out, and even her own sister was like,
I don't even think it's the money. Because CeCe Winans is not hurting for money like that.
You don't know that. You don't know what that woman's bank account look like. You don't know nothing about it. People thought you might not know. She might have a gambling addiction like Gladys did down to the Las Vegas. You don't know.
She acted like her brother Marvin, child.
I'm just saying, you don't know. Now she acting like her brother Marvin.
Lamone said, "Don't cut him." Listen, Lamone, I'm not gonna let her cut you with
Lamone,
all that.
Lamone, you already know, boo.
With all that chocolatey goodness that you got going on over there, Lamone, we is not gonna let her cut you.
Lamone dropped a new video over there onto his channel, hunty.
Oh, Lamone, you dropped a new video. I need to go see.
See,
I ain't know. You know how YouTube be with notifications. Does it matter for a child if they have a household example of Black love, or is an interracial relationship more alluring if the child comes from a broken home? You know what, Randy? That's a good question, because a lot of times a Black child will ignore the examples that they have at home and look to the celebrities, the football player or the music actor or singer or rapper or whatever. They'll look outside because kids don't like to pattern themselves after their parents. When you're a child, you always say, I want to be like my mom and my daddy, and you end up being like them anyway.
But
well,
but I think on the surface, yes, but subconsciously, I think you always live what you learn.
No, it does help. I agree.
That's what you grew up in. It's just like women who grow up around violence. They grow up saying, I ain't never gonna let a man beat me. I ain't never gonna let a man beat me. And subconsciously always find themselves, well, not always, but find themselves in an abusive situation. So I think that, yes, consciously you see it on the screen and you want to be like the celebrities and be like the people you see on TV, but subconsciously you're going to revert back to what you experienced.
And I think that it is a powerful thing for you to see true and authentic Black love at home, because while my mom and my dad were not together, I was raised by my grandparents.
Right.
And they loved each other. That was true and real Black love, which is why I'm so, taken aback sometimes when I see these examples of people, shying away from their own and not loving on themselves. That's why it irks me, because I know what real true Black love is.
And what
and what it looks like. Examples of it in all of its greatness and all of its faults. I've seen it and I know what it looks like, and I know it can work. Randy Warhol said, or do they say, oh, that's why mom and daddy broke up? They Black. But see, that goes down a whole nother situation when you have divorce and parents who separate, and how that affects the child, because there's a whole different spectrum of emotions, feelings, and things that need to be unpacked with just the parents breaking up. And sometimes kids think it's their fault. And so for on top of what you mentioned, Randy Wardhall, I'm just saying, and I think it's a great thing now, really be that you talk about that you can name, several Black
me too, me too. My parents have been married. They've been married for 55 years as well. So I grew up with that.
I think that, and I'm just being jaded because I need to allow time to do its thing. I think what I'm saying is I think I do need to let time do its thing, because you talked about how going back to the 80s and 90s, it wasn't a whole lot of Blacks in media anyway. And so when that's why you probably saw less of Black men and women together. But as we've started to see more Black people in the media, you start to see more couples that are Black on Black. And I would say the same thing with Black men in the spectrum. There are so few of us out there that are allowed in the media that what we have is those examples.
Right, and I mean, and I don't want to speak to I don't want to speak to LGBTQ. So correct me if I'm wrong, but I know as someone who just watches TV and stuff, it really wasn't until recently that we saw beyond RuPaul. RuPaul has been in the mix since his supermodel days, you know, and had the RuPaul show on VH1 and stuff like that. But outside of RuPaul, RuPaul was the go-to gay guy, black gay guy. Like, it was until recently that we saw the Todrick Halls and the Karamo Browns and the Billy Porters. Like, they've been around, but they haven't been heralded.
Right.
Like, Billy Porter's been around forever. But if you weren't in the, if you weren't, what?
I just read Miss Honey's last comment, and that gave me a good feeling down inside. I was like, that gave me a good feeling down inside.
Lord. Wait, Lamont said that.
Now, Miss Honey, we love you and everything, girl, but listen,
we'll fight you about Lamont.
I'm about to say, me and El Teddy already be fighting over Lamont, so
you might get windmill around here, Hattie. You might get windmill.
If I could just, she windmill. If I could just get 1 second. Hi, Lamont, because he said I didn't speak and I spoke. How are you today?
I hate to, windmill.
Lamont know he's my favorite. Okay, all right, continue. About
but I'm not gonna listen. I will say this. I kind of feel like mother, because I do have an embarrassment of riches sometimes. I do get a lot of sexy men that be in my chats. I appreciate y'all. Mr. Judy, Randy, Jermaine. It's a whole lot of sexy men that be up in my chat. You know, I ain't mad at it. You know what I mean?
Say it again. Say it again, okay. So Jermaine.
I can't hardly hear you, Abby.
Jermaine.
It gives me very Whitley saying Dwayne.
Right.
That's what it sounds like to me.
She used to say Dwayne. You know what? Dwayne Wade. That's how I say his name, because his name is spelled DWYANE and not DWAYNE. Dwayne.
Listen.
Miss Honey. Talk about
Lamont. Not Lamont all in my throat. You know what?
That little dangly thing that's swinging the bag of hot for the rope.
Come on down.
Listen.
But I have to do double duty, so if you see me putting stuff on my face, just ignore me.
I see you good. I see you get ready to do your makeup. I see the setup. I see what you're doing.
Cause I gotta go to my mama's house when we're done here. So
okay.
Gotta do 2 things at once.
I'm about to get off in a little while because I thought I had something to do today, but I don't, and so I'm going to get caught up on videos. So listen, I'm gonna do a wire today, you guys. So
okay, I'm gonna do a wire today too. If I don't listen, really, if I don't go to sleep when we get off, if I don't go to sleep, I am going to do a wire today because I got a little bit of time where I can get one in. If I don't,
I'm gonna do a wire. I have to do my shows from last night, and then I have a new show alert that I'm gonna start reviewing. I got a new show I'm gonna start reviewing.
What show?
Are you gonna do Filthy Rich?
Yep. And listen,
what channel is it on? What channel does that come on?
It comes on Fox. Abby, I cannot hardly hear you. That's why El Teddy keeps talking over you. I think he can't hear you.
You can't hear me? Test.
It's very low. It's very, very low.
All right. Uno momento, poor favor.
I was actually going to review it, and Mother beat me to it. So when he dropped his last night, I was like, now people gonna think I'm just copying.
What day does it come on?
But I was gonna already do it.
What day of the week does it come on?
I don't remember. I think it came on either Tuesday or Wednesday night. It's a it puts you in the mindset of the righteous gemstones.
Oh,
it's evangelical family.
Miss Honey, Ty is in the streets today. Ty is getting ready to go to his sister's housewarming, and he wanted to get there early. No, the baby shower was last week or week before last. She had a housewarming.
Little baby, we behind on the wire. We're gonna pick up the pace. We're gonna pick up the pace. We're gonna start picking. Everybody.
Listen.
Look, school.
I'm fatigued.
Yeah, it was a lot.
Hungover. I'm fatigued.
We about to pick up the pace.
But I do need to get up on the wire.
At least I am.
But yeah, Ty got that going on. But you know, Ty got a whole bunch of. Ty mom had 10 kids, and Ty, I think, is the second oldest. And Ty is only, I think, 3 boys and 7 girls, or 6 girls and 4 boys. I know it's not that many boys. I think it's 3 boys and 7 girls.
That's a lot. That's a lot going on. That's one thing I was never envious of. I was never envious of people who had big families. I was fine with my.
We know because you're a spoiled brat. So
Sylvia say she has secured the bag and now she's off. If you need her, I ain't mad at you, Sylvia. Secure the bag. I think she says she's off work because you look.
I know that's right, Sylvia. No, I'm talking about
because normally when Sylvia come on my live, she counting down her drawer.
I know that's right.
She be like, "I'm counting the money." I said, "Oh, okay."
Abby, that had nothing to do with me being spoiled, ma'am. I was just.
I think you don't have an accurate self-assessment of yourself, and I think it absolutely has to be
spoiled. I don't know why we're saying that she's spoiled, but I will concur and agree with her.
All I'm saying is that I'm fine with the one brother and one sister that I have. I was never
because more attention for you.
Who had more? No, actually.
Wait, you have a sister?
No, real.
Yeah, her sister's a chef.
Oh yeah, that's right. You do have a sister. That's your nephew. Yeah, you're right. One brother, one sister. You're right. You do have a sister. That's your nephew. Your sister's a chef. Yes, yeah, your nephew. Yeah, you're right.
And I know y'all are not going to believe this because you only see me now. But contrary to popular belief, growing up, I didn't get that lot of attention. I was the middle child, and
that also explains a whole lot.
Yeah, my older brother had a whole lot going on. My younger sister had a whole lot going on. I was quote unquote the good kid that they didn't have to worry about.
So said you. I'm sure if I asked your mom or your daddy if you were the good kid,
they would tell you
might say something different.
No, they would tell you that. When I say good, I mean I wasn't out here raising hell. Like they knew I wasn't innocent, but I wasn't out here raising hell. Whereas my brother and my sister were. Okay, my mom ain't never had to come up to the school for me.
That's you hit it well.
She did one time, but it wasn't my fault. The little white girl called me the N-word, and I proceeded to kick her teeth down her throat. Yeah. So
no, seriously. So it wasn't. It really wasn't. Like I didn't grow up like that. I grew up loved and stuff. That's not what I'm saying. But getting all the attention.
I wasn't bad because we were beaten to submission, and I was so afraid of any more beatings.
Not beat into submission.
Yes, I was beat into subjection and into submission. I was so afraid of my grandparents. Listen, because we got community.
That's why you like men to beat you now.
No, I don't get beat. I don't play like that.
Wow, that went real left, real fast.
I'm just playing.
Watch this. I don't even like my men to slap my ass. When we fucking don't slap me on my ass because I'll kick you.
I like that.
Don't slap me. You know how they do why they hit that they be like, I will kick you.
I don't know. Put some bass in your voice when you do it too. That's just what.
You can put the bass in your voice. I'm gonna put the bass in mine. You know what? You know what's so funny? So my men's is all say you get real butch and real masculine in the middle of sex. Like you have a whole like masculine thing that comes out of you.
But here's the thing. I don't ever want to think about you having sex.
As far as I'm concerned, you don't have a unit.
Right, as far as I'm concerned, you're a eunuch.
You're built like a Ken doll for us.
You're a eunuch. Like, no, I don't. I'm not the person to have this conversation with. I don't think about.
I'm the sister that you can have this conversation with. I'm still gonna pretend like you don't have the right parts, but you can still talk about it around me. It's
I don't want to. Yeah, I don't.
I've been told that my parts are rather large.
I know. I heard.
Well, yeah, we heard.
We've heard.
Oh wait, Mr. Judy, you say you want to feel on me, Mr. Judy? We can make that happen.
That is not what he said.
What did Mr. Judy say?
He said he wants to feel on me, and I would let him.
On you.
I thought he said I feel you. Okay.
I'm a middle child. I've always been Listen, I've always been fantastic too.
Mr. Judy, if you give me enough alcohol and tell me in advance that you want to do the slapping, I might let you. Give me enough alcohol and tell me in advance. Don't surprise me, because a reflex, I will kick you in the throat.
So Sylvia said she's going somewhere to be grown. Okay. Who permission did you get to go be grown, Sly Sylvia? Wait a minute. Who told you can go somewhere and be grown?
Here go Miss Honey talk about she's always been fantastic. Really? Miss Honey?
Fantastic too.
Miss
Yeah. So that's what I'm doing today. So I'm about to drop. So I'm getting off of here.
Wait, ma'am.
Videos.
Ma'am.
What?
Ma'am.
What?
Ma'am.
Sir.
What? I forgot what I was about to say. I'm not taking slap from the right, Mr. Judy.
I am all of them.
Listen now, Mr. Judy, what I will take a slap of is the third leg, slapping me across the face a little bit, that.
Please don't dislocate my jaw with your peen. Thanks, appreciate it.
I can take a jaw dislocation. Sometimes I have to dislodge my jaw.
Okay, you know what?
Going down.
I just didn't. Nope. The Lord told me
it helps
this conversation
to know that you can dislodge your mandible in order to, swallow.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, so black love, we know that it exists.
Listen,
we know that it is on a case-by-case basis. We know that people love based on who they are as a human being and not the color of their skin.
But
their ability and capacity to love is based on who they are as a person and not the color of their skin.
Go ahead, Martin.
Abby, that sounds real nice on paper.
But that is real true in real life. I don't understand. Just because you are a white person doesn't mean that you don't have the capacity to love me the way that I love you.
That's very true. That's not how it works. Very true. That is not how that works. However,
there's no however.
There is a lot of however. There is a lot of however. Because if that's the case, then we can just say, all men in America are created equal and everybody has free right to all laws and all rights reserved to those citizens in the United States granted by the Constitution. That sounds great, but in practice and in actuality, that's not what happens. You sounded like, the people that are smelling the coffee and drinking the Kool-Aid. Are you one of those people that will descend upon people descended from the Caucasus Mountains once you make it big, Abby? Because you are destined to make it big, and when you make it big, you are get you.
Am I gonna get a white boo?
You and Tom. Well,
listen, if this thing don't work out with this new nigga, I'm just gonna be by myself.
You and Brett.
Me and Brett. Listen,
hey, Amber.
You and Tom.
If Brett got the right. Listen, if Brett got the right size, listen, anything is possible.
Can I give you a virtual high five? Because we have size criteria here.
Listen. If Brett is the correct size.
Because we have size criteria.
Then, listen. I catch me a little vanilla gorilla. Don't do that.
I'm not doing that. Nope. Not doing it. People descended from the Caucasus.
I've only always just been attracted to black men, but I don't discriminate. It's just what I'm attracted to.
Right.
I mean, if the right one comes along and for some reason he gets past that, I'm just not attracted.
Now, Miss Honey just put it to you correctly. Let me highlight what Miss Honey just said to you.
Miss Honey probably said something nasty. That's true. Mm-hmm. But statistically, backbreakers at toe color. Well, listen, I have run up on a vanilla gorilla before. Listen, I know of which I speak.
Oh, there are outliers and anomalies across the board. However,
and then there's some POCs that I've been like, my nigga, what? Mm-hmm. You're a whole ass toddler in this. And you was talking about you had the schlong and you really had the schmeat. And what?
It's usually the ones who brag about it that be getting you all hyped up.
How you gonna dick fish me with pictures of somebody else's penis, sir? What the hell is going on?
Now that is disrespectful.
But that's what I have to say. Can you introduce me to the person in this picture?
Right.
Which picture? Who?
The picture that you sent me that wasn't you. The catfish picture. Do you know them personally?
Where is he?
Right, where is he?
Because you made promises on his dick and I'm coming to collect. What's happening? What's going on?
Promises on his dick.
Please don't play with me like that.
I mean, if I
Oh,
were
Miss Honey, did you say you only nasty over here? She said she only nasty when she come hang out with us.
Because we
we'll bring it
welcome
out of
all
you.
of the nasty. We welcome all of the nasty over here.
We
This
like
is
a
the house.
nasty,
I'm the
nasty.
innocent one of the group.
So you want to stop lying? If that's please, thanks, appreciate it. Then you can stop telling untruths, ma'am.
Because I
know,
have
I know what you're
stories.
talking about.
I have stories, ma'am.
You don't have stories about me.
What? Wait,
That
what?
one time at band camp.
I never went.
Wait, no. We'll unpack
What's
these
the elteddy
stories.
story?
No. We'll unpack these stories on your After Dark Members Only Live. We'll unpack these stories then. We'll
That we
unpack
know
them
about really be being
at that
nasty.
time. Not now. This is not for public consumption. However, when we do that After Dark Members Only Live,
I am innocent.
praise sweet 7 pound 3 ounce baby Jesus.
Come on, come on, Jesus.
Come on down. I have a toe curler that turned into a toe curler. You know what?
No, don't you hate that?
How did it turn into a toe cramp?
Child, that'll happen to you.
Minds want to know.
Listen.
Inquiring minds want to know. Wait, Miss Honey says that you're a secret masturbator.
Wait, why is it a secret though?
I was getting ready to say, when did it become a secret?
When did it?
Yeah, we know that about Really B. Really B makes no qualms.
That's how we should keep it.
Really B makes no qualms about what she does.
With her little air puff. And we not mad at her about it.
We're not at all.
But sometimes smalls can do. Listen, that is few and far between, and they head game got to be fire. Well, wow. I'm going to exit stage left, sir. I'm sorry,
Mr. Judy. I know that's not your story. I know that you are large and in charge, and I welcome all your largeness and in chargeness.
Not largeness and in chargeness.
I welcome all that you bring to us from across the pond in Europe, from traveling abroad. I welcome all that you have now. Please understand, while some may argue it's not the size of the ship, it's the motion of the ocean. If I'm stuck in the middle of the ocean, I would rather be on a cruise ship than on a life raft.
Thank you. Say it again.
I have more options on a cruise ship. I can do more on a cruise ship than I can on a life raft.
And the size of my ass requires a lot more space.
Wow.
I'm just gonna.
Wow.
Listen, this ass gonna tell on you every time. You can play that. You got the schlong all day long, and you really got the schmeat. This ass gonna tell on you.
Not
the schmeat.
You know what I had to say to somebody when I went out a couple weeks ago with my cousin? I went to the club and I was manhandled by this young man who, he wasn't young. It was a man of a certain age. Anyway, he came behind me and started grabbing on my booty. And I had to remind him, I said, please, sir, do not be enamored and do not be disillusioned because I have the look of a younger man. I'm a grown-ass man.
Tell him again.
And I got grown man ass over here. And grown man ass requires grown man peen and grown man dick.
Come on.
And what that
Silly
means,
rabbit tricks are for kids. What you talking about there?
When you come over here, you better have grown man stroke game. You better have grown man peen. Cause listen,
where Loretta go? She done opted out.
Because young mans is the ones who come around you and they can't keep their stuff hard. I be like, oh, I ain't gonna even call that young man because that's not a young man problem.
That's not a young man problem.
Yeah, because young mans, they keep their stuff hard, and then after they nut, it still stay hard. And you be like, wait a minute, you ain't going to go start no refractory period, and you have to be reminded, oh yeah, he is kind of young. He on the refractory period. But you have to tell the people up front, hey boo, this is grown man. This is a whole grown man ass over here. Don't come over here with your fuck shit. You're not here for it. What if genitalia and faces were switched? Would we consider the value of pretty and handsomeness differently? Listen, now, Miss Honey, let me teach you. Let me teach you the way of the Sith. Penises can be ugly and pretty as well.
Yes, they can.
They very well can be ugly and pretty. And what we don't need is an ugly peen being rammed up in us. Because I don't know what you got. What is you going with that? I like a good looking one.
It's nothing like a pretty penis. His mama said no.
That's good. Tell him no, Ma. Tell him no. Beat him. When in doubt, beat him.
Okay, we're not. Okay. He ain't do
I
nothing.
need a steak, not baby carrots. You know what?
Well, bless God. Bless him.
Smooth as eggs. Wait, what is going on in my comment section today? Y'all are having an entire conversation in the comment section, and I am here for it. I want to relinquish my role here as host here and go up in the comment section and just have my life with y'all, because y'all are having the entirety of y'all lives over here in the goddamn comment section. What am I here for it?
Listen, that's what be happening.
I had a pretty one the other day. Do tell, Nastasia. Do tell. Ugly penis and ugly men are the same. Hidden treasure. I don't know, Miss Honey. I gotta wake up and turn over and look at you, and I need not be frightened. You know, ugly is
beautiful. Pretty is in the eye of the beholder. A fine looking nigga, if he is ugly on the inside and treat you ugly, will turn into the ugliest nigga you have ever seen in your entire life. Meanwhile, one of the most not attractive men, just by the virtue of who they are as a person and how they treat you, can turn.
It makes them more attractive.
It makes them more attractive. You're like, nigga, you kind of fine. I just wanted to let you know.
And somebody else be looking at you like, are you looking at the same person I am? And you be like, yes.
Ooh.
Even though, but although
he tried to take off running towards the stairs.
Although all my children tell me that I have a propensity for liking ugly men. I said the Bay is not ugly. I think Ebby, I've shown you the Bay. You ain't really have seen the Bay. I said the Bay is not ugly, and they be looking at me like he
ugly.
I didn't think the Bay was ugly.
The Bay is not ugly. The Bay is not ugly. Child, you see the Bay peeing, you'll be like, oh, he real cute.
I don't ever want to see the Bay peeing.
I don't think that's what the Lord wants for me as well. The Lord ain't confirmed none of that in my spirit.
That's a lot of seeing. That's a lot of viewing. Child, I'm gonna have to do wide angle for that. Wide angle lens.
Oh,
I can't make that a blanket statement, Miss Honey. I can't concur with that. As an aficionado on all things phallic, as an expert, as a man having expertise on all things phallic, I can't concur with that. I can't make that a blanket statement.
What you putting on today, Abby? Maybe I'll just put on some highlighter.
But who wants to drown? Wait, who's drowning? Wait, what? Why are we drowning?
Who ain't gonna drown for? My girlfriend dated a truck driver who was considered ugly, but he had to have his pants custom made. Oh. Well, all right. That's my kind of shenanigans.
But the thing about it is, you don't have to get pants custom made. You can just slide it down the pant leg and call it a day.
Maybe not. Listen,
normal people do.
Listen, maybe he couldn't do it that way.
I mean, are you wearing like tight ass pants? Like if you wearing tight ass pants like that you can't just slide down the pant leg, then you're doing other things to your nuts, which you probably should not be. Which is why I'm not a fan of tight pants and jeans to begin with. But that's a whole nother ballgame. Like I don't like my gingerbread all over the place.
Not your gingerbread Jesus.
I watched the Mariah interview with Oprah. Yes, I did. The Mariah interview with Oprah. Of course, I'm a lamb.
I mean, did she reveal anything that we didn't already know?
Yes, and she talked about stuff in the book about her being drugged and stuff at 12 years
Yeah, I did
old.
see that. Yeah, that her sister tried to sell her to a pimp, honey.
And all kinds of a lot of stuff involving her mom because she rarely talks about her
Yeah,
mom,
she doesn't talk about her mom a lot.
and she talked a lot about some of the things that happened with her with regard to her mom and some of the stuff that her mom put her through and how she ended up as a teenager out on the streets of New York as a teenager, and so forth. She also said that, and she didn't go into it, but she talked about how she felt like to a certain degree her mom, um, I don't want to put words in her mouth, but I want to say kind of resented her, because of her father. The mom being white, the father being black, but the father was black and from South America, which is a whole different,
He was Brazilian, wasn't he? I thought he was Brazilian.
I think so. I know he's from South America. You're probably right. I think it is Brazilian, but it's just a whole lot. Yeah.
Yeah, because I know she didn't have the best relationship with her mom, and I knew she didn't deal with her sister at all.
So,
That is
Reese's Pieces. You can't walk around all day with it up in the waistband all day because that's just not feasible. Yeah,
how you on pee.
you just don't do that. You just slide it down the pant leg and it's comfortable and easy that way. It's not comfortable up like that.
See,
Eat my body like it's holy. Wait, what?
what?
Apparently, that's a lyric from one of Charlie XIL's songs. We don't recognize that over here, so
Look,
yeah,
why are we
thing.
eating? Oh, wait, what?
Who said that?
I don't even understand that line. Like, wait, what?
Yeah, I don't know.
Eat my body like
I
it's
would
holy.
say that was a gay thing, but El Teddy doesn't get it either, so clearly not.
Yeah, I didn't get it. No. Like, what? And she talked about being biracial and right. And the fact that she was looked down upon, but then she also talked about the fact that even though the white people looked at her one kind of way, when she first broke into the music industry, black people didn't want to see her as being black either until she opened her mouth and began to sing, and they were like, "Oh yeah, she probably kind of black."
I'll be honest, I didn't know she was black for a long time.
I did. I knew immediately.
My dad bought her album when it first came out and all of that. Like I had the first Visions of Love and all of that. And I loved it. I loved the music, but I did not know. I put her like in the category of like a Taylor Dayne.
Taylor
like
Dayne. That's what people automatically think.
but she really wasn't black. Yeah.
People automatically put her in the line of Taylor Dayne, not knowing she's black.
Yeah, I didn't. I really didn't. Yeah. An ugly man usually is sweet because they have to be.
Oh.
Shit.
Well then.
Okay, Loretta. All right. See how you really feel about it. Jesus Christ.
Wait,
She said because he gotta be. Golly. She just threw the ugly man just right up underneath the bridge.
Now you did that. You did that.
Just saying. All right, Abby, I'm just gonna put some highlighter on right here.
Yes, please put some highlighter on for these good videos because you got to do videos today. So go ahead and do that good makeup.
I'm not doing a full face of makeup. I don't feel like it.
Okay, but you can put on some lipstick and some eyeliner.
I am. Well, you might always put on lipstick.
She has never put on eyeliner a day in her life, and she's not going to start today.
In high school, I did eyeliner in high school.
So what's the issue now? So why would you put?
Because I can't. I won't.
Mm-hmm.
But wait a minute. The fact that really be just so effortlessly threw that out there.
I mean, the ugly man have to be okay, sis. Well, all right. Well, all right then.
Tell us how you really feel.
I mean, let me know when I tell the lie. Let me know when I tell the
I mean, we say that, but we got some ugly people that got some real ugly personalities. CQB.
Oh.
Ugly is relative, Miss Honey. You are absolutely correct. There's somebody for everybody. You are
Absolutely. Yeah. Everybody is not cute. What's cute to me may not be cute to you.
Exactly. Perfect example.
That's true. Because there are people who...
Me and Teddy normally don't agree on what we find attractive. So
right. That's true. And
clearly you find that boy you keep putting in the group chat attractive, even though we've told you 1,600 times. Stop it.
I don't know why you like him. Okay,
but
so
you steady keep adding that fucker back in.
We gonna tell the truth and say the love. I'm just gonna put Really B out there. Just so y'all know, Really B has a liking and longing. She is in love with that young man, Trey Womack.
Y'all better stop telling that lie.
She is in love. Abby, stop me when I'm lying, Abby. Please stop me when I lie, Abby.
You lying now. Ain't nobody
Abby has not stopped me yet. She has continued to do her makeup.
Abby is putting on makeup.
No. But she would have stopped.
Really, you're obsessed because you keep.
She is very obsessed.
Y'all. But she's doing it.
Listen, y'all. Keep doing
it.
She loves Trey Womack and his body. He always posts these half naked.
And whenever he posts any half naked picture, she want to put it in the group chat. We didn't ask for that. We didn't sign up.
All of us be over there simultaneously vomiting, and she be over there getting her life. You talk about masturbating and all. She be over there looking at the little pictures like, ooh. Over there to Trey Womack, and we be over there like.
We be like, what the fuck is going on?
Like, why?
Literally, we put in the chat, why does this? Why?
We literally put in the chat, what the fuck? And she be over there like this to Trey Womack. She be like, and we be like, girl, get your life. Leave it alone. Trey Womack, y'all. I don't even follow him on any social media. Never did.
Wait till I have a man. I'm gonna be looking like Snuffleupagus gets by the eyes. I don't even know what that means.
Wait,
with the eyelashes, she means.
No, you ain't gonna worry about that, Miss Honey. No.
Listen,
there have been 2 occasions when I've had fake eyelashes on my eyes, and both.
When I went home to Miami, my little cousins, the young kids, the little teenage little girls, that's their thing now. They have the little 5-inch eyelashes that look like this on their eyes.
Yes.
And that's the new thing with the
it's
little.
A damn weapon. It's a damn weapon.
Girl, how do you even see out those eyelashes?
Yeah, the only reason, I got my face I had a birthday party a few years ago, and I got my face professionally done. She put eyelashes on me. And then my birthday this year, when Ebony did my makeup, Ebony put eyelashes on me. That is it. And Ebony, what was the first thing I took off when we got back to the house?
You didn't even make it to the car. What do you mean?
That's right.
We took pictures.
Miss Honey, they do look like spider legs. Like you be like, oh, why is your eye attacking me?
They kept touching my glasses.
I'm gonna put big lashes on today. So
y'all ain't gotta worry about that. That part you don't have to worry about. But y'all will know when I have a man because y'all won't see me as much. I won't be on here as much.
Listen.
It's all about rationing. Watch this. It's all about rationing, and it's all about letting the man decide. Because the babe will come and shit down all the time.
Exactly.
I'll be on live, or y'all will be talking to me, and I'll be like, yeah, I gotta go, y'all. The babe's here. You know how my shit go.
Yep.
Man, he'll give me a little bit of time. He'll be like, okay, I'm gonna let you, go on over there, do your little YouTube thing, make your little coin. But after a while, I'm shutting shit down.
Oh Lord, this has fell to the bottom. Oh shoot.
And I used to always pick at him and be like, you ain't shutting shit down. Nigga, you ain't shit.
Miss Honey. That's why they're paranoid. I'm done. I'm deceased. Thank you. Thank y'all for coming out. God bless you and good night.
Child, the young girls.
What color? I think I might put on some eyeshadow and all that. I'm just not gonna put on foundation until I go to the store and get me some new foundation.
Understandable. Understandable.
I could be trying to figure out what shirt, what t-shirt and hat combination I'm gonna wear.
Where you going, boo? Where you going?
Don't get quiet now.
Don't put no thought into it. I put a lot of thought into what hat I'm going to wear on every video.
Okay.
Like today, wearing my Miami Central Alumni Association hat.
No, we don't care.
To represent my high school, Miami Central Senior High School, home of the mighty Rockets.
Okay.
I'm gonna put on blush, highlighter, and what's that other thing, Abby? You made me buy
bronzer.
Yeah. So blush.
Abby really be a Teddy when she called her mother as Pat and her siblings as ex-siblings. What are your thoughts about her statement? Who you talking about, Mariah?
Yeah, it's Mariah.
Well, clearly they ain't got no relationship no more.
Listen, Mr. Judy, I am the worst person in the world to ask any questions about family relations, mother-child relationships, sibling. I don't. That's just not my thing. That's not my zhuzh. I'm not a whole family-oriented, motherly type. I don't. I mean, my grandmother is dead, and when she died, there went all of the whole motherly and mothering things. Me and my mom are more like siblings than we are mother child. I have siblings who I can't stand that I have not spoken to in years. So so I'm not the best. I would not gauge any conversation on mothers and siblings off of me because I'm not the best person to have that conversation with. Not that I don't understand the relationships or I don't understand them, but I'm probably going to give you a vantage point and a viewpoint that is so skewed and so jaded, and you're going to be like, yeah, why did I open up that Pandora's box with that young man?
And I would have to have heard her make the statement I need the context of what was happening. Why did she say that? Because I didn't see the interview. So I don't know the context with which she made the statement about her family.
In my situation, if my sister tried to sell me to a pimp and drugged me and tried to sell me to a pimp when I was 12 years old, I probably would call her ex-sister too. I
wouldn't call that bitch nothing. You tried to sell me?
I wouldn't even acknowledge her presence on this earth. So,
bitch, you tried to sell me though?
Yeah. I mean,
there wouldn't be no relationship. Y'all would be lucky if they were still alive. Because if I had the money, I sure would pay for somebody to make you bitch.
And then,
go get some cigarettes. I ain't seen her since. I don't know.
But then it goes into the whole what she allowed to happen to her with Tommy Mottola and that whole situation.
What about the situation with Tommy Mottola?
There was abuse involved with Tommy Mottola.
But I mean, what does her mama got to do with that?
But what I'm saying is,
he said that her family situation affected
her family situation.
Oh, I see.
Fed into what I'm saying to her and the Tommy Mottola situation, and then coupled with you always wanted to have this career. Your mom even wanted you to have this career because the mom couldn't have that career. Remember, the mom wanted to be this heralded opera singer, and her mother career never took off. And so Mariah's career, she wanted to show up her mom to a certain degree. And in order to do that, you allow things to happen and go on that maybe should not have happened and maybe should not have gone on.
Right.
Although,
Although,
let me say this. I will never, ever be mad at Mariah Carey for marrying and getting her back blown out by one Mr. Nicholas Cannon, because Nick Cannon can come and bang me out right now.
Oh, well, all right. Okay. Well, I wasn't gonna give Nick all of that, but sure. I can see how you would say that. I can see it.
Did I tell y'all I am a fan of one Mr. Nick?
Yes, you have said that on several.
I'm about to say you said it a lot, more times than I really needed to know.
Nick Cannon, Castro Cannon, all the cannons. You like the cannons, you know.
I'm here for the cannons.
You
and that's what I'm talking about. Me and El Teddy will never fight over a man because you can have both of them.
Not both of them.
And I like Castro. I like Castro Cannon, but I don't.
See, this is what the man that I'm talking about right here. See, let me hold on. Let me make myself big. See right here. See, this is what I'm talking about. That, ladies.
Yeah, Nick Cannon is fine. Listen, he fine. I will give him that. I will give Mr. Cannon that.
I don't think. Well, I won't give him that. He got a nice body, but I don't think he's fine.
Oh yes, he is. I liked him even more in his skinnier days. All that, because Nick Cannon and I are the same age. We're the exact same age. So, I liked him even back in the days where he wasn't all that big. He was skinny in all that days. Y'all know I like my men tall and skinny. I have a thing for tall, skinny men. I do.
I have never seen that show.
You never see all that?
Nope.
This is all that.
That was TLC. TLC saved the hell out of that theme song. I ain't lying.
Was that the one with the puppet?
Puppet? What are you talking about?
She
no.
Said
okay.
Oh, dear God. I mean, we know you know that you're much older than the rest of us here.
First of all, she's not that much older than me, and I know what. Oh, listen.
She was over there listening. I'm watching Conjunction Junction. What's your function?
I watched that too. Hooking up
Junction and all of that stuff.
I'm only a bill, and I'm sitting here on Capitol.
All of that stuff, way before my time.
Okay, now you gone too far.
Way before.
It ain't gotta be way before.
She was over there listening to picture pages. Lots of fun with picture pages. Lots of fun with crayons and pencils.
Did anybody ever watch the Electric Cup? The Letter People?
The Letter People. Oh, I love Letter People. Come and visit or Zoobly Zoo, Zoobly Zoo, Zoobly Zoo. Magic.
Listen, the electric company used to be the shit night. Like, let's really be said. Because I'm going over to my mother's house, I'm being so extra. This is so extra. This is so extra.
I've already ordered the book, Tiana.
Because I don't feel like getting up and getting any of my other eyeshadow palettes, I'm going to just be forced. No, I have more. Oh, wait a minute. No, I have.
Tiana, I have already ordered the book. I've also ordered the vinyls of all of Mariah Carey's singles for me and my best friend for his birthday. His birthday is next month in October. And I've ordered, that's his birthday gift from me. I've ordered all of her 16 number one singles in vinyl for him for his birthday, and I ordered one for myself as well.
That's what I wanted for Christmas. I asked my sister for Christmas for a record player. Now, first of all, she gonna call me and ask me what I want for Christmas. I told her I wanted a record player. She gonna be like, I ain't gonna get you no record player. Well then, bitch, why you ask me what I want?
Nobody has asked me what I wanted for Christmas. I doubt I'll get anything. That's normal. Well, I take that back. My mama will probably get me a gift.
Well, we exchange gifts. We exchange this. Y'all know I love Christmas, so I buy Christmas gifts all the time.
I hate Christmas. Okay. I absolutely loathe Christmas. Okay. But that's because my birthday is a week after Christmas, and it has jaded me with regard to Christmas because I end up not getting either a birthday or a Christmas gift. And so that's why I hate Christmas.
I'm trying to decide what color. I think I'm gonna do this color combination today. We'll see how this works.
And somebody tried to tell me that if I hated Christmas, I hated Jesus. And
that's not how that works. First of all, Jesus' birthday
was not even born in the
not
winter.
In December. That
right,
doesn't even make sense.
Born in the winter. First
they
of
were
all,
going for the census, which happens around tax time, which is probably around April or so. Y'all are stupid. Get some sense. Read the Bible. Okay.
First of all, you wouldn't have shepherds out there herding sheep in the middle of winter.
You dumbass.
It's idiotic.
But not only that, let's just take all of that away from it. Christmas, the commercial celebration has nothing to do with you recognizing the reason
the birth.
So technically, they stole.
One don't have nothing to do with the other.
Holiday that they stole from that Christianity stole from another religion. Let's just be clear. Don't give me.
I love Christmas. It's my most favorite time of the year, and it is almost time.
I already went to listen. I went to Target the other day.
October 23rd is the countdown to Christmas on Hallmark.
They already had Christmas decorations.
Christmas stuff is up in Walmart already.
At Target. Target already had it. I went this past week, and Target already had Christmas stuff.
I believe it.
And we're still in September. A mess.
Elteddy?
Yes.
You gonna go skinny dipping with us in the pool?
No, ma'am.
First of all, where the hell did that come from? Who was skinny dipping in a pool?
You got to worry about. No, ma'am, I won't be there. Nope. Let me know when y'all get out.
Why? Who's going skinny dipping in a pool?
I was just joking. Ain't nobody going skinny dipping.
I mean, I will, but it will be in the company of people with XY chromosomes.
Well, hell, I want to go in the company of them too.
No, because I don't need them trying to hit on you and flirt with you and get confused. I want no confusion.
If they flirting with me and you, they was confused before they got there.
Wait, Miss Honey says hot dogs can be eaten all year round.
Whoa. Wow. Left field?
Right, where's that coming from?
Hot dogs. Speaking of hot dogs, one of the greatest episodes of American Dad is that episode where they had the hot dog eating contest, and Steve learned how to swallow the hot dogs without having a gag reflex. He used to take these hot dogs and go, and he would and he says, you got Roger, the sister, and the mom standing there in the kitchen with him, and he says, thank you for teaching me to lose my gag reflex so I can swallow the hot dogs and with the content. And all three of them simultaneously said, you're welcome. Because they're all
Lord God.
Great episode. Yeah, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sitting over here looking at pictures of Nicholas Cannon getting the entirety.
Have you gone over your whole list of things you were going to talk about? We just kind of got stuck with the interracial.
Yeah, we did that. Those were my topics, and you people have thrown me off.
Don't blame that on us.
I mean, I will talk about the fact that Ian Jordan was a whole 10 years older than Karomo, which is a whole nother thing.
Oh,
so what happened with Karomo now? He broke up with his boyfriend?
They were fiancés and they were supposed to get married this summer, but when the pandemic came, they postponed their wedding until 2021. And then he went on Ellen the other day and she asked him, how are you going with your, wedding that you all had to postpone until 2021? And he said, oh, no, it's postponed indefinitely. We broke up 3.5 months ago.
Oh, damn. So the pandemic.
Did he say so? The pandemic broke them up. Too much togetherness.
Wait, what Nick Cannon tip did you drop for me, Miss Honey?
Coming from Miss
Honey. She said, you know what, Miss Honey? Without my glasses, I have so many more than you can name. Been told that I look like Nick Cannon without my glasses, more than I can name. 2 people I've always been told I favor without my glasses. Nick Cannon and Shine, the rapper Shine. People have literally on my Facebook page put me and pictures of Shine right next to each other. And in my mind, I said, I can kind of see that.
So clearly I'm going to have to buy more of this type of lash. She is everything.
Wait, Nappy Child, you say you still stuck on the column reset? Y'all notice we dropped that here on my channel first. Y'all know we break stories. We will unsheath a story first to hear.
Well, what story did we break here?
What are
about the rewatching and reusing of condoms over in Vietnam?
And then I saw it on what's the man's name? I Love You Beautiful.
But you saw it.
Oh my God, I can't remember his name. He's my news guy, Philip DeFranco. I saw he did a story about it. I said, oh my God.
Mm-hmm. Well, we break stories here.
And his face when he talked about it took me. He was like, and they rewashed them and rewrote.
But no, my problem wasn't even the rewashing part. My problem was the reshaping. Like, wait a minute, what has happened to the condom?
That it needs to be reshaped. What shape was it in?
There's a certain amount of elasticity to condoms. I could be wrong.
No, ma'am. That's just nasty.
The Lord ain't confirmed none of that in my spirit.
Always thought that there was a certain amount of elasticity to condoms, wherein they didn't have to necessarily be reshaped.
Okay, I don't like my eyes, but y'all know I ain't gonna redo it. So
let's see. I thought
my eyes are very colorful today. They're super duper. I would like to say shout out to one of our subscribers. She subscribes to all of us. Her name is Just Rhea, and she has a cosmetic company called Urban Vibes Cosmetics. I'm wearing her lashes today.
Is she subscribed to me?
I believe so, yes. I've seen her in the chat before here. So don't watch my lace. I'm gonna lay that down in a second. Y'all just mind your business. Teddy decided not to be big no more and have me right up in the screen. Can we fix the configuration? Because I feel claustrophobic. Thank you.
Here we go.
Thank you. I appreciate you and everything that you do. Thank you.
Can I tell y'all? So I went on my screen and dropped down. Really, just go ahead and turn your screen off now. But I'll tell you what I read that came across my notification on my phone. My phone has a notification of a YouTube video from Natasha Malam. The title of this video says, so inappropriate. Mr. J. Dunn, you bull dagger, the nerve. I was like, what?
Oh my. Oh God. Here we go.
I was like, y'all think I'm making this up? Look.
Nope, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that.
What in everything that is unholy? This is what y'all have going on the YouTube screens. This is what y'all have going on.
Y'all ain't got nothing to do with that.
You don't want to separate. Y'all been together so long, you don't want to separate into two. That's crazy. I'm gonna have to. We're gonna have to get that together.
Yes, I hate this. I might take this off, but if I take it off, I ain't putting nothing else on. But I hate this.
Who's on the panel? What happened?
So there's this just came across. Who is all of these people? I noticed Candy, Tiny, and Rashida. Who is the other chick?
Latoya.
In the
They
black.
were at T.I.'s birthday party last night.
Is that Latoya?
Yeah, they were at T.I.'s
Latoya Lucky?
Who was that with their titties out?
Latoya that used to be married to Lil Wayne. Well, Toya, I think they call Toya.
Oh, Toya, who used to be married to Lil Wayne. Okay. Reginae mama.
Yes.
Yeah, Reginae mama.
Oh, okay. That's her. I was like, who is this? Who is this, baby? Like, I knew this three. I knew the three. I knew Tina, I knew Rashida, and I knew Candy. But I was like, who is this other woman? Because I don't really know her. I mean, I don't really feature people with fallopian tubes like that.
Not with fallopian tubes, God. Okay.
Can y'all answer me why this woman keep putting on these old grandma wigs now?
Who?
Oh, keep talking about Imani.
She be having on some 1968 wigs.
Okay, and here's the part where elteddy just don't have nothing else to do, so he gonna start talking about people. All right, I'm gone.
You put your. I like the blue. I like it.
Well, first of all, it's not blue; it's green. But okay.
Really, you see that?
Oh, okay. Well, ma'am, when it comes across the camera,
is that in DC?
It looks like a teal.
Really be? Is this in DC?
Delta Sigma fade away. Oh, okay.
And Cap Alpha Sideway at S Street. Look, really be?
What?
Is that DC?
Yeah. Yeah, that's where their national headquarters are. They named it Delta Sigma fade away at their centennial. The city did that at this centennial.
Can I tell y'all this is another one of my baby daddies, Makad Brooks.
Who is that? What does he do?
Who is Makad Brooks?
Yeah,
he's an actor.
Okay. What has he acted in?
He was in True Blood. He was
there. Did he play Eggs?
Yes, that's Eggs.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. He's been in Supergirl. He's gonna play.
I don't think I liked him
in Mortal Kombat.
Oh, your eyes are pretty, Ebs.
Thank you. George, I said, what did you use today, ma'am?
What happened?
What did you use today?
I think this might be Urban Vibe.
I don't think so.
I love the eyes.
No, this not so. This not Urban Vibe. It's not Urban Vibe. All right. So what am I gonna put on first? Do I put on the highlighter first, or do I put on the other stuff first?
You put the bronzer on first.
That's it. The bronzer. The bronzer. Okay. Oh, this brush don't go in there.
Hold on, let me turn on a light.
Turn off.
I'll be sitting in the dark. I know I'll be sitting in the dark.
elteddy.
Yeah.
What you gonna do?
I'm sorry. I have scrolled up my Instagram timeline, and I am getting Life Abundant.
I see.
And I have stumbled upon my boo thing.
Miss Honey said she tweeted at you.
Look, Abby, it's in the box.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Whenever
Did you see
y'all
my
done,
highlighter that I got in my boxy charm?
If it's the one that I wanted, I'm gonna be mad.
this picture right here that makes me go.
Oh, that's pretty. That's still not the one, but that's pretty.
That is pretty, ain't it?
Miss Honey says she sent you a tweet, Teddy, and she has a question.
You sent me a tweet. Hold on.
That's what she said.
Why is my purse tilted over to the side? Okay.
Hold your line.
Hold your line. No, hold it.
Okay. Let me put on my.
You put the bronzer on?
What's this called? Bronzer. That's it.
Let me see what this is about. That Miss Honey has sent me.
I'm not joking right now.
I need to do it again.
Yeah. You didn't even have enough on your brush for the one portion of your face that you touched first.
You ordered the bowl and you ordered the hash browns, and that's $18.75. Look at $18.75 with taxes. It was $3.86, so I'm just breaking it down. Split that up. $3.86, half of that is almost $2. I'm thinking like $1.80 or something like that. So you owe $20.
It doesn't even matter what I order, what I didn't order. What I'm saying, why would I have to pay even half of it when you're here?
Right, you invite. They're on a date. He invited her. He's like, come.
Yeah.
He invited her on a date, and then it's like your half is $18. What?
Okay, Abby, how I look?
Blend it.
Yeah, if I'm, you know what?
Blend it. Don't add any more. Just keep blending.
What are you acting up?
Well, Miss Honey, it depends on how I feel. If I invite you out and I expect you to pay,
You good?
I'm going to tell you ahead of time.
Right.
Yeah, that's a conversation you have before y'all go on the date. Are we going Dutch? Like, that's a conversation you have.
If I say, let's go out to eat and I invite you out and I never ask you and we're on a date, I'm not going to even let you pay. When the person brings the check, I'm going to say, okay, here you go. Or a lot of times the waitress will try to help you out in the beginning. They'll ask you if you go to a certain restaurant, they'll try to help you out. They'll say, is this going to be a single separate check
or together?
Or together. Right. And then you know right away from then how you should go. If the person that invited you say separate,
then you know what the deal is.
You already know what time it is. But you didn't grow up in the right household. If you ever went out anywhere
and didn't have nobody to cover yourself,
to pay for yourself and to get home.
Yep.
Because if you was raised right, you don't go nowhere with no money. You don't go nowhere and you can't pay for your own and get back home on your own. Even if you ride with somebody.
God bless the child that's got his own. Look at me.
You don't play them games. You do not go nowhere dependent on nobody. Because if you deal with the wrong type of people, they will hold that over your head. And the last thing I'm going to let you do is hold it over my head because I'll be done cussed you out in a minute and told you all parts of my ass you could eat and suck out. Every crevice of my ass that you can suck out and eat. I'm just saying. Ladies, are y'all prepared? Are y'all?
She's adding her best part is the highlighter. This look at the look. This is the most exciting part. Look how much highlighter she has on her brush.
The feet de resistance.
That's too much.
It's always too much, but you're gonna put it on anyway, so put it on your face.
I don't even know what this stuff is.
Yet. Oh shoot, I didn't put my blush on yet.
Have you started? Get your blush then.
I haven't put my blush on yet.
The perspectives about the Black History course of study. I forgot.
Oh shoot, my blush is all across the room.
18 something.
I'm gonna use this blush today.
Wait, I don't understand the question. Really, B, do you understand the question?
What's the question? What is it? Can you explain your perspective about the Black History course of study? I forgot the name. I don't. I don't know what that is. Yeah, I don't know. I don't understand your question, Miss Nappy Child.
I don't know. Was it in my chat or Rudy B's chat? Child, Miss Honey.
18.
Okay, sorry, good man. What do you
Black.
talk about a member of the LGBT community who calls a trans woman a sir? Interesting.
What happened? Who called
It
a trans?
depends on the relationship between that gay man and that trans person, because
The
they
thing
might
about it
be
is, the thing,
okay.
and I've said this on more than one occasion, it's dangerous as people always do. They just lump all those letters together as if they are one and the same, as if they are categorized the same, as if they have the same experiences, or as if they even identify with or understand each other, because they don't. All of those that, especially the first four, the LG, the L, the G, the B, and the T, all of those letters, they are not. They don't have the same experiences. They do not have the same understanding of each other. They don't relate to each other at times. They don't. It's just not the same. And so what ends up happening is people try to lump them all in together and expect them um, to be amenable to each other and amicable to each other, when one does not relate to the other one and has no dealings with the other one. And when you see the other one, you be like, "Girl, I don't like you. Girl, I don't like you either." How about that? It is what it is. It's just like lumping all races together. You wouldn't lump all races together and expect all of them to understand each other and get along, because they don't have the same experiences. They don't have the same mindsets, ideologies, and everything. And then that could even be transferred even within the particular letter. You understand what I'm saying? If I'm a lesbian, all experiences of a lesbian are not the same and may change depending on the age, the race, the
Is that good? This is my blush. That's real light. Can you even see it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm good. I don't need no more blush.
Your blush is up to you. I mean, what you want
Well, you
your
say I
face
put
to
on too
look.
much highlighter. I just want to make sure I don't have on too much blush.
You know you go crazy with the highlight. I don't even know why you
I do
acting
not go
crazy.
now.
crazy with the
To
highlighter.
answer your question, Mrs. Judy, I don't care who you are. If you piss me off bad enough, or you get me in the heat of battle where I'm going in, I might call you anything and don't give a shit.
Oh,
I will call. Listen, I will go down that road with you and call you what I believe may, affect you the worst.
oh no.
If I'm in the heat of the moment, we're in the heat of battle. There are no rules in fighting. Only rule is inflict as much hurt, harm, or danger as you can. That's the one rule in fighting.
See, Abby, I didn't put on too much today. Did I? It's still a lot.
Miss Honey, you don't want me to ask you out again? I didn't ask you out the
It's still
first
too
time,
much.
Miss
She didn't
Honey.
talk about if she got a haggle about the food.
Abby, it's still too much. You're not saying nothing. It's still too much.
No, it's fine. You good.
I can't even see it though.
But Mr. Judy, when we go out and you touch my body in the right place, I'm not gonna call you any horrible names. Not unless you want me to.
You're gonna put more on after you. Go on. Go on, because you just can't help yourself. Go ahead. Go ahead. Put some more. Because I know you
Oh,
can't help yourself. You can't
1619
help it.
project.
I can't
Willie
see
B.
She is a
it.
highlighting
Willie B.
hoe. Look at her. She can't.
I'm a
It's like
highlight
crack. She
hoe.
just
Willie
can't
B.
stop.
Willie B.
Go. Go.
Yes.
Really B. I gotta do you like Ty. Focus, man. Focus. Focus. Really B.
Mm-hmm.
She's not focusing.
She focusing on that damn highlight.
Focus, okay?
I'm focused.
Nappy Child said it was about the 1619 project.
I'm not familiar.
I mean, I know 1619 is the year that, I believe the first slaves were brought over.
Yeah, I get that part, but I'm not familiar with the course. I'm not familiar with.
Why does this keep happening to me? this keep happening?
Who is that?
Because you let it.
Some white guy on my Snapchat who's, I guess he's wandered into the forbidden forest and he I don't know, he's gonna walk off with a unicorn. I guess oh no.
See, now how I feel, I'm not gonna end up making this video until tomorrow for The Wire because I'm feeling tired and I'm ready to go to sleep for about 2 hours before I have to get up and go back to work. I just need 2 good hours of sleep. 2 good hours.
I'm about to do me some videos. Everybody to go hang out over mama house.
I have to go become an educator.
I'm about to go check my eyelids for holes.
You tired?
I am. I got up at 5 o'clock this morning.
Oh yeah, you tired.
And you know I ain't go to bed till about 2:30.
Because you a hoe.
I wasn't being a whore last night, even though I got, offered.
Thank you, Nappy Child.
I was offered.
Did you do your after dark?
No, because I knew I had to get up. It still ended up staying up later than I wanted to.
Oh.
Anyway.
Won't you go to see and get something to eat? I know.
What is all this noise? Can we get some shondos in the chat? Because I got to get off here, y'all. I'm tired.
Well, thank you for inviting me on, elteddy. I appreciate the.
Even though I wasn't invited on yesterday and it was Friday.
If you wanted to come on yesterday, you could have come on.
No, you did not invite me on, man.
You had the link.
That don't mean you would have clicked on.
I would have. Wouldn't have left you in the background. Now, I might kick you off, but I'm not going to leave you if you're coming on. Now, I have kicked you off before. But I bring you back. I always bring you back.
Can we get some shondos in the chat?
Don't I? Abby, I bring him back, don't I? I might kick him off, but don't I always bring him back?
She okay about me.
You bring him right back on. He be gone for a minute, but then he be talking again.
He be talking again.
And I'll never kick her off. Ever.
That's a lie. Oh, now you're telling a lie. Matter of fact, I
When
feel
the
like
last time I kicked you off? I'll wait.
elteddy, whatever. You can go to any. This might be the first time you never kicked me off.
Yeah, because I'm good for kicking somebody. I'll be like, listen.
Right, this might be the first time it didn't happen. Now, what lip am I going to put on today? That is the question.
Avocado toast. I'm not a fan of avocado unless it's in my guacamole or in my sushi. That's the only time I like avocado, in my guacamole or my sushi.
Oh, you the wrong one.
What happened?
I was trying to figure out what color I was going to wear today, but you ain't the right person to ask.
Oh, ma'am, what you not going to do?
Because you always like a nude lip. You like a nude lip. I don't. That's what I mean by that. No disrespect.
Shots fired.
elteddy, we don't need to instigate. I feel like it's the same color I've been wearing, but it's not. It's a different color, but I feel like it's the same color. I love it same because you like a.
Okay, y'all say goodbye to the people before I click the damn button.
I'm so glad we had this time together.
Thank you for coming to my
have a laugh or
even though I didn't
sing.
talk a lot.
Thank y'all for coming. Thank y'all for everything. Y'all know I love y'all. I love on y'all. Thank y'all for being vocal president.
Nappy Child said you waiting for a receipt, not a receipt, a recipe.
Thank you for doing what you do. Love y'all always.